James spoke about this on the program here last week, how difficult it is for the general public to gauge where Trump and Biden are actually sitting, because each week you get multiple contradictory polls coming out. For example, Fox News released their national survey this week, which showed Biden leading by 2 points. Where do you think the candidates are really sitting? Because I've tried to take a look at some of the polling. It's all over the shop.
I think your instincts are wise. Let me let you in on the great secret of polling. They tell you what the numbers are. They almost never tell you, except in the fine print, what the margin of error is. All of these polls, almost without exception, are within the margin of error, which means they could be off. I think we can only say three things safely about this election. It is close. It will be decided in the 7 to 10 swing states, and either candidate can win. Other than that, we're going to have to get through this debate, because that will be one of the signposts that could be a game changer, and the conventions, which are going to be watched by a lot of people. And then we can come to a, shall we say, a more knowledgeable conclusion about where the race stands. As it is right now, it's close. And what is it they say in Hollywood once? The screenwriter said about the studio executives, nobody knows nothing now.
And while we're on the polling, there's more polling, as much as we've just sort of denigrated a little bit, but it's showing that Trump is gaining ground with black voters. And I just love this left CNN senior reporter, Harry Enton, absolutely shocked. Take a look.
It's not just that Joe Biden is losing ground, it's that Donald Trump is gaining ground. You go from 7%, single digits at this point in 2020, to now 21%. And again, John, I keep looking for signs that this is going to go back to normal, and I don't see it yet in the polling. If anything, right now we're careening towards a historic performance for Republican presidential candidate, the likes of which we have not seen in 6 decades.
Now, putting aside the reliability or otherwise of these polls, it's interesting to watch the response to a poll like that. How could it happen? How could they possibly be voting for Trump?
Well, what I said about polls isn't that they're unreliable. I said there's a margin of error, so you can't be sure who's ahead or who's behind if it's close. This shift, both in Hispanic votes and some Asian votes and also black votes, is beyond the margin of error. It's a clear shift. From 7 to 21% for Trump is statistically significant. So those polls are capturing something. Now, it's not blacks over the age of 50, it's blacks under the age of 50, and primarily men. But a lot of blacks, young blacks under the age of 50, say, well, Donald Trump is strong, he's decisive, wages were going up when he was president. Now we have inflation, all the prices are going up. And Biden looks weaker and weaker, and Trump looks strong by comparison, even though the age difference is not great.
Just very quickly before we go, New York Times columnist Nicholas Kristof, he wrote in a recent piece that West Coast cities are a mess because of Democratic Party leaders. He said, quote, "My take is that the West Coast central problem is that it's infected with an ideological purity that's focused more on intentions than on oversight and outcomes. We offer a version of progressivism that doesn't result in progress." He also said, quote, "Liberals like me do need to face the painful fact that something has gone badly wrong from where we're standing in charge, from San Diego to Seattle." Oh, finally an admission, John.
Well, I give Nicholas Kristof a great deal of credit. One of the hardest things in the world is to attack your own team or the people you identify with. And he has done that here. Now, he made some comments that he thought East Coast liberals were governing far more effectively than West Coast liberals. But the bottom line is he is at least grappling with the real issues that are making a lot of American cities on the West Coast unlivable. I'm from California. I'm from San Francisco, and I grieve every day for my native city as to what's happened to it. So this is the beginning of an intelligent conversation we can have. You know, I yearn for the day when we don't just discuss personalities, Biden versus, we actually discuss policies. How do we get out of this mess? And there are bipartisan solutions that we can talk about and implement that would make life better for everyone.
Well, the first part of fixing something is admitting that there is a problem. John Fund, thanks for your time.
Thank you.